Well, welcome back everybody. We are now going to start taking a look at what makes a really good product listing on Amazon. The first thing we're going to look at is images. Images are in fact the most important part of your listing as far as shoppers are concerned. So as far as the users on the Amazon marketplace are concerned. You can upload a number of images for your item. So there will be one main image and then there will be several supplementary images. The main image is the most important image because that is the image that shows as a thumbnail on the pages. So before anyone visits your listing, so before anyone clicks through to your listing page, the main image is the image that they will see, and that is what's going to catch their eye on the Amazon page. So this is what I mean. All these listings here, these are the main images for these listings. Now, a main image is supposed to have a pure white background, and it is only supposed to be the product and no props at all in the main image. As you can see here, not everybody complies by those rules. Those are the rules, but many people just don't take any notice of them. This one here is compliant. These are not compliant. They've got props. This one is. This one is. This one, sort of compliant. It has the product, but it also has the box. You can get away with that. And this one here is compliant. This one is. This one is. This one is not. This one is definitely not. It doesn't even have a pure white background. This one is. This one is. This is not. This is not. This is. And this is not. So you're starting to get the drift here. Amazon says that the main image should be the product and nothing else. So there should be no props and the background should be pure white. So let's go ahead and take a look at some individual listings so I can show you what makes a really good image and what makes a not so good image. First of all, this salt and pepper mill, the main image is just the product. It's a pure white background, so that's great. It's also a high quality image, as you can see here, very clear. The second image is the products again, just this time they're standing up. The third image shows the product, this time empty though, so the salt and pepper mill are empty. This fourth image here is showing the salt and pepper mill on the kitchen unit or on a table in a kitchen, so the walls in the background. That's absolutely fine because it's not the main image. And here again we've just got another angle. This image here is really good, although it doesn't appear to be zoomable, at least not at the moment, but it's showing the size of the pepper mill. So this is a type of infographic when you put some information on the image. And lastly here, this is also an infographic, and this is really good because it's giving the visitor some information straight away without even needing to look at the description or the bullet points. So this is good. These are called infographics, and infographics are good as long as you don't use them in your main image and as long as you don't do too many of them. There are 7 images here, which is the maximum for this category, kitchen and dining. Therefore, this seller has used the maximum amount of images, used all the images available. If you can use all the images available, you should. Sometimes you may not have enough images, and that's okay, but if you have enough, use them all. So this is an example of a listing with good images, and they do comply as well with Amazon's rules. This listing here, the main image is not a photo, and I'm sure you can tell. This is what's called 3D rendering. It is made on a computer program. It's an image that's been created. It's been based on the photo of the image, so the photo has been copied, but this is not a photo. I advise you not to use 3D rendering. Apart from anything, it's going to cost you money to have one of these made. But More importantly, anyone can tell this is not a photo. It doesn't look real. So any customer, any potential customer coming to this page is going to know this is not a photo of the product. It's so obvious. That's not what potential customers want to see. They want to see a photo of the real product, of the actual product. And in fact, it is against Amazon's policies to use anything other than a photo of the actual product. The second image is the same. This is also 3D rendering. This one is not. This one is the real product, and you can tell the difference straight away. They have worked hard on these images, and the images that are not 3D rendered are very, very good. These are great images. So if they had used an image of the real product as the main image, that would have been much, much better. This one here is another example of images that do comply. They're fully compliant. This is a set of 2, so they're showing 2 in the main image, which is fine. And this is clearly the real product. It's not a 3D rendered image. It has a pure white background, and in fact all of their images have a pure white background, which is not necessary, but that's absolutely fine. And again, this seller has used all 7 images. Now here's another one. This is a real photo, but what has let this one down is that, I don't know if you can see it, I can't move my mouse over because it'll disappear, but there are scratches and cracks on this product, which is a shame because I looked at the reviews of this product, and the reviews it has quite a few reviews, and the reviews are good, which means that this is not a typical example of the product. And if they had images of a product that wasn't scratched and cracked, they would be doing an awful lot better. Look at this one here. This is clearly broken. And here again, you can clearly tell that this has been bashed. And if you look at the stainless steel part, that's all scratched. For whatever reason, the seller is using a damaged item for the photographs. And that is going to have a huge impact on the conversion rate of this page, the number of sales that this seller gets when people arrive here. Now, he is getting sales, and as I say, he is getting good reviews, but he could be getting so many more if he would redo these images, so retake these images with an item that's not damaged. So that's something that would be kind of obvious, really. Here's another good example. This is fully compliant. The background is pure white. There are only 4 images here, so the seller hasn't used all 7, but that's not the end of the world. In fact, this product here is doing very, very well. It's ranked at the moment under 2,000 in kitchen and dining, so this is selling a really good number of units every day. The other thing to mention is that the image on the white background, the image should take up a good part of the white background, so it shouldn't be a tiny image of the product swamped in a lot of white background. This is okay. And here's another one this is the main image. So again, this is not compliant, right? The main image should just be the pure white background with the product. It would be okay to show the product with the crushed garlic coming out at the end, but this is not allowed under Amazon's terms and conditions. Now, if you are tempted to do this, that's up to you, but you do run the risk of your images being removed and replaced by goodness knows what. That's what Amazon will do if they remove your images. Now, of course, you can go ahead and then replace them again with new images of your own. But yeah, you do run the risk of them being removed. There are a lot of sellers doing this. I'm going to just leave this up to you at your discretion. This is a good image. Now, to be honest, this product looks really good quality. It does. It looks a very high quality product. And it does look good in the images. I mean, this seller's not using 3D rendering. These are actual images, actual photos of the actual product. And this one here is a little blurry, or almost looks like it has like a film over it or something. It's just not too clear, but it's okay. If it was a main image, it would need to be much clearer. This is a really good image again. And so is this. So this seller does have some really great images. It's just that this main image is not compliant. So just to repeat that, your main image should have a pure white background, and the photograph of the product should take up as much of the space as possible on the white background. The dimensions of your images, they need to be 1000 pixels on the shorter side. Now, all of this is going to be on the PDF that goes with this lecture. I can't stress how important your images are, but when you are starting out with your first product, you may only be able to do what this seller is doing here, for example, or let me find the other one. This seller here, these are just very basic images. That would be absolutely fine. It's quite easy to create an infographic, and I am going to cover that as well. So later on in the course, you're going to find a lesson that's going to show you how to create an infographic, or where to get one done for, just a few dollars if you want someone else to do it for you. But the thing to note here is that even though these are just very basic images this seller has, they are clear. They are very clear. They're not blurry. These may have been enhanced, with some kind of image editing program. Again, you can get this done very cheaply for a few dollars. And on the PDF, you're going to get some more information about that. So maybe it has, because sometimes when you take a photo, they're just not quite as clear as this. And you can use your own phone or your own camera to take the photographs and then have them enhanced. You can even have a pure white background put on the photos. So if the background is not pure white, you can actually have that changed. There are a lot of things you can do, but I just really advise you to be only showing images, only uploading images of the real product, not any 3D rendered stuff, as we looked at here. So real photographs, if you do have to get them edited and improved, that's fine. Now you may be wondering, where can you get images if you are not able to take the photographs of the products yourself? Well, when you're buying from Alibaba or even AliExpress or any supplier at all, sometimes you can get very good images from the listing page. If they are watermarked, just ask the seller if you can have the images without the watermarks. Usually they'll let you have them, because you're buying something from them and they know that you're going to be reselling that. So usually that's no problem. Okay, so once again, don't forget to download the PDF handout that goes with this lecture, and let's move on to the next lesson.